Hello learners, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Dr. Anu's Literary Calibre. In this video, we are going to see the character analysis of the play Goodnight Desdemona, Good Morning Juliet. Kindly press the bell icon to receive the notifications about my upcoming videos on English language and literature. Introduction. Goodnight Desdemona, Good Morning Juliet, written by Ann-Marie MacDonald, is a feminist revision of Shakespeare's Othello and Romeo and Juliet. The play centers on Constance Ledbelly, who embarks on a journey of self-discovery through encounters with famous Shakespearean characters. We are going to see about characters Constance Ledbelly, Desdemona and Juliet Capulet, Iago, Romeo Montague, and Professor Claude Knight. The first character which we are going to see now is Constance Ledbelly. Let's now see her role in the play. Constance is the protagonist, an academic who is analyzing the source of Shakespeare's tragedies. She is shy, insecure, and has low self-esteem at the beginning of the play. Her journey takes her into the worlds of Othello and Romeo and Juliet, where she becomes a key player in changing the course of events. Let's now see some of her major character traits. Timid and vulnerable. Constance starts off as an unsure and overshadowed academic, struggling with unrequited love for her colleague, Professor Claude Knight. Transformation. As she interacts with Shakespeare's characters, Constance gains confidence, develops courage, and realizes her own worth. She goes from being an observer to a powerful character who reshapes the tragedies into comedies. Self-discovery. Through her adventures, she learns to value herself, rejects the false narratives of others, and becomes an empowered woman who is ready to live life on her own terms. Symbolism. Constance represents intellectual women trapped in patriarchal structures, but her transformation is a feminist victory as she gains control over her narrative. Let's now see some interesting things about Desdemona's character. Her role in the play, a character from Othello, Desdemona in this version is far from the gentle, passive woman portrayed in Shakespeare's original. In this new version, she is a bold, fierce warrior, aggressive and assertive. This Desdemona is unapologetically violent, strong-willed, and a warrior at heart. She rebels in combat and even questions her husband's authority. Feminist angle. Desdemona's character here challenges traditional portrayals of women in literature. Instead of being a victim, she is actively in control of her own destiny. Interaction with Constance. Desdemona initially intimidates Constance but eventually becomes her ally, teaching her to stand up for herself and face life's challenges head on. Symbolism. Desdemona's character embodies the idea of female empowerment, breaking free from the passive roles that women have traditionally played in literature and society. Let's now see about Juliet Capulet, her role in the play. A reimagined version of the lovesick character from Romeo and Juliet, this Juliet is rebellious, passionate, and far more complex than her original portrayal in Shakespeare's tragedy. Passionate and wild. Juliet is portrayed as someone with a fierce lust for life, impulsive and often reckless in her pursuit of what she desires, skeptical of romance. While her Shakespearean counterpart is fully engrossed in her tragic romance, this Juliet is less enchanted by the idea of love and questions its validity. Interaction with Constance. Juliet's brashness contrasts with Constance's initial meekness, but their interaction helps Constance understand that love and passion do not need to be fatalistic or tragic. Symbolism. Juliet represents the wild, untamed aspects of femininity, contrasting sharply with the docile and submissive role often imposed on women in classical literature. So far, we have seen about three characters: Constance Leadbelly, Desdemona, and Juliet Capulet. We shall see about Iago, Romeo Montague, and Professor Claude Knight.
Iago, his role in the play, the iconic villain from Othello, plays a significant part in Goodnight Desdemona, Good Morning Juliet, where his manipulation and deceit are put under the spotlight. Character traits: cunning and manipulative. Just as in Shakespeare's Othello, Iago is a master manipulator who seeks to destroy others through lies and schemes. Opposition to Constance. Iago's villainy serves as a challenge for Constance, who must navigate his plots and come out stronger on the other side. He embodies the forces of deception and treachery that she must overcome. Symbolism. Iago is the representation of toxic masculinity, deceit, and manipulation in patriarchal systems. His presence highlights the need for women like Constance to break free from such oppressive forces. The next character is Romeo Montague. His role in the play, a reimagined version of the romantic hero from Romeo and Juliet. Romeo in this play is portrayed with more vanity and superficiality. Character traits: vain and arrogant. Romeo is less of a noble, tragic figure and more of a self-obsessed lover. His focus on his own appearance and desires makes him seem shallow compared to the more mature and empowered Constance. Foolish in love. While Shakespeare's Romeo is passionate and sincere in his love, MacDonald's version makes him more of a parody of youthful impulsiveness and superficiality in romance. Interaction with Constance. His superficiality offers Constance the insight that romanticized dramatic love is not the only way to live, thus helping her shed some of her own romantic illusions. Symbolism. Romeo's exaggerated traits critique the unrealistic portrayals of love and romance that often dominate literature. Professor Claude Knight, his role in the play. Claude is Constance's colleague and the man she secretly loves. He represents the real world counterpart to the Shakespearean characters Constance interacts with. Character traits: arrogant and dismissive. Claude dismisses Constance's intellectual abilities and research, reflecting the condescending attitude many women face in academia and male-dominated spaces. Unworthy of Constance's love. As the play progresses, it becomes clear that Claude is not the brilliant intellectual Constance thought he was, and her feelings for him dissipate as she grows into her own. Symbolism. Claude represents the traditional patriarchal authority in academia, a figure that Constance must outgrow to find her own voice. Conclusion. In Goodnight Desdemona, Good Morning Juliet, Ann-Marie MacDonald gives us a feminist reworking of familiar Shakespearean characters. Through her interactions with Desdemona, Juliet and others, Constance transforms from a timid academic into a self-assured woman challenging and redefining traditional gender roles. The play explores themes of self-discovery, empowerment, and the breaking of patriarchal norms through a satirical and comic lens.
I hope this video is very much beneficial for you. If you like this video, kindly share to your friends and subscribe my YouTube channel, Dr. Anu's Literary Calibre. Press the bell icon to receive notification about my upcoming videos on English language and literature. Happy learning!